every time I have my glasses on, you can't see my eyes. I promise I'm smart. See, I have glasses. Welcome back. Welcome to today's video, which I am so excited for because this video is just, this has been in the making, and this is like me in one video, okay? So this is not gonna be your 100% typical video on why you should be an advertising major, okay? It is, but it isn't. This is gonna be like the other side of it. This is gonna be more like the personality side, because I bring to you why you should be an advertising major. Does this sound like you? Basically, I'm gonna go over things that if these sound like you should probably be an advertising major, if that wasn't clear. But before I jump into this very exciting video that I'm very excited for, if you couldn't tell because I just said excited twice in one sentence, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Like this video, give me some love, some support. If you want, if you're into this kind of stuff, if you're into this kind of college lifestyle advice videos, I have other videos that I have done around this topic pretty recently. I have a whole playlist dedicated to college videos if that interests you and you want to learn more about college and picking a major and what life looks like as a very broke college student. But on top of that, I just did 2 different videos. One was a day in my life as an advertising major, and the other one was the truth about being an advertising major. So check both of those out if you were considering advertising. This is my little advertising series, and I'm very passionate about this. I very much love being in advertising, which is exactly why I'm making these videos. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Let's get comfy first. You should be an advertising major if you are a creative problem solver. What I mean by this is that you like to think outside the box, and when a problem is given to you, you don't just give like the stereotypical answer right away. You kind of think it through, you think of all the different possibilities of how you could answer that one thing. This is very much the opposite of a STEM major where there's literally one answer to a math problem or a chemistry problem. This is more like, what are some different ways we can approach this and have fun with this? And if that sounds like you, that's the number one telling sign that you should be an advertising major. If you feel like you've exhausted your options and you've tried every major but none of them seem to fit. Advertising is kind of non-traditional. It's not one that you hear of often, and so if you've gone through like psychology, sociology, political science, economics, if you've gone through all these different things and tried them and none of them seem to work, advertising combines a lot of those. It takes the psychology side of things where you're learning about people and the how people think and how their brain works, with the sociology side because you're interacting with people, learning about people and their culture and what drives people. You're taking the business side of it because you're integrating the sales side and the product that you're selling. And then you've got the art side because you make this ad that's got to be creative. It literally takes a bunch of different things from a bunch of different types of majors and combines it into one thing. And that's why a lot of people actually will graduate with an advertising degree and they have all these different skills, but then they'll go into another field that's relatively similar but still feel very ready for that field because they have so many different skills from their advertising classes. There are also so many different areas in advertising you can go into that people don't know of. I talk about this in my one video about the truth of advertising, but besides being a creative where you're writing or doing graphic design, there's accounts where you're doing more the business side, the client side. There's strategy where you're doing more the psychology side of things. There's the research side of advertising. Like, there's so many different things you can go into, which is so great because if you're creative and you're a creative problem solver, there's something for you in this field. Instead of doing your chem homework, you go on over to the music room across the street and just play the piano for 3 hours straight instead of doing your chem homework. This one was me freshman year. I was struggling in my bio and chem classes. I was on the pre-vet track and my brain just didn't think the way that I felt like other people's brains were thinking, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I just like, instead of reading a textbook and writing down vocab and whatever, like, yeah, you do that in other classes, but I studied, this is like flashbacks for me. I studied for like 2 weeks straight for a bio exam and I'd still get a 50, okay? At some point you have to realize that you have to be good at the job you're picking as well. You need to like it, but you need to be good at it. So if that's you and you would much rather be listening to music, playing music, anything other than chem, then this is the field for you. You're creative but you suck at drawing. Things like photography and cooking and fashion and writing, they all interest you, but you really couldn't draw a decent picture that didn't look like a stick figure. You get bored so easily. Because in advertising, things are fast-paced, they're always changing, you're always working on different clients, different kinds of clients, different teams, different people. You're moving around, you're traveling. If you get bored easily, advertising is for you. You don't want a 9-to-5 job, stuck at a desk. I mean, nobody does. But you would literally rather die than have that happen to you. You like people and talking, and you happen to have gotten an A in your public speaking class, and everyone else hated it, but you loved it. You like trying and learning new things. Like I said, advertising is constantly moving, it's constantly fast-paced. You're constantly literally put in a new, uncomfortable situation, but then like learning from it. You love photos. You love capturing a moment. You hoard photos. You have so many different photos. You take a lot of them. You love looking back on photos and remembering why it was a memorable photo, why it was a special moment. You have stickers on your laptop. And not just any stickers, you bought them from Redbubble and you customize them and they look really cute. You want to see the world. You don't want to get stuck in your hometown. You want to literally go to every single country ever. I mean, everybody does, but you genuinely, you want to blog your experience, you want to vlog it, you want to literally capture the entire experience. You want to start a YouTube channel. Think about it, YouTube channels are entirely self-advertising and self-branding, and you're making content, you're literally filming and editing this, but then you're marketing it to other people, you're branding yourself, you're creating an image for yourself. A YouTube channel is literally like people on YouTube are just advertisers. You love fashion. You love anything that just looks good and put together. You like to journal. If you like to journal and you like to write and be in your fields, let me tell you right now, advertising. You like TikTok. You keep up with all the latest trends. You're on Twitter, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram. You know all the latest news. You know all the celebrities and what they're up to. If you keep on top of trends, go into the media field of advertising. All right, now here's some reasons why you should be in advertising. It's fun. You meet cool people. Seriously, some of the coolest people I've ever met were at agencies where we toured. You get to look cute at work. You can possibly bring your dog into work. There were agencies I went into that literally people always just had their dog at their desk. Like, after a few years, you make good money. Like, after you've gotten past your entry-level job, like, there's so much room to grow. You will always be working on a new project. You can also try multiple areas within the field and move around if you do get bored of the one thing. There's so much room to move. And last but not least, you will earn so many transferable skills that can be used in any other major. Public speaking, selling and like sales, psychology, strategy, consumer behavior, writing, creative problem solving. All these different things are skills that you can move to another field if you decide to change your mind down the line. And so that's another one. If you change your mind a lot and you're very indecisive, advertising. All right, guys, well, those are my little personality traits that you might have that might mean you need to be an advertising major. So thank you so much for clicking on this cute little video that I was excited to film for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope these sounded like you, and if they did, you might need to be an advertising major. But that is it for today, guys. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.